Forever, O Lord, thy word is settled in heaven. His commandments are sure. They stand fast forever and ever.
Question: what is the description of Exodus 20 verses 3 to 17? Answer: if the earthly sanctuary was a figure or a pattern of the heavenly, the law deposited in the ark on earth was an exact transcript of the law in the ark in heaven. In order to be prepared for the judgment, it is necessary that men should keep the law of God. Exodus 20 verses 3 to 17 says, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, and to the third and the fourth generation of them that hate me, and shewing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is in within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested in the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that the days may belong upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Question: what is the description of Deuteronomy 28, 1 to 14? Answer: if we will hear the voice of God to observe and to do all His commandments, all these blessings will come upon us. Deuteronomy 28, 1 to 14 says, "And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all His commandments, which I commanded this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Blessed shall thou be at thy city, and blessed shall thou be at thy field. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind of thy flock of thy sheep. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Blessed shall thou be when thou comest in, blessed shall thou be when thou goest out. The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way, and flee before thee 7 ways. The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouses, and in all that thou settest thine hand unto, and He shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. The Lord shall establish thee an holy people unto Himself, as He hath sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, and walk in His ways. And all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers to give thee. The Lord shall open unto thee His good treasure, the heaven, to give the rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the work of thine hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. If that thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them. And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them.
Question. What is the description of Psalm 1? Answer. This blessing will extend to the godly man who delight in the law and meditate upon it day and night. Psalm 1 says, Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of the sinner, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of waters, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. The ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore, the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish.
Question. What is the description of Psalm 4? Answer. We shall take heed to the words of the Lord. These things were written for our admonition, and shall be the object of study for the remnant in the last day, likewise with us here living in the mountain, and enrolled to the school of the prophets. The phrase, the school of the prophets, has been identified as the sons of the prophets in Ramah, 1 Samuel 19, verse 18 to 24, and 2 Kings 2, where the fellowship or schools of the prophets assembled to worship, pray, and ask God for wisdom. 2 Kings 4, verse 38 until 44. Psalm 4 says, Hear me when I call, O God of my righteousness. Thou hast enlarged me when I was in distress. Have mercy upon me and hear my prayer. O ye sons of man, how long will you turn my glory into shame? How long will you love vanity and seek after leasing Salah? But know that the Lord hath set apart him that is godly for himself. The Lord will hear when I call unto him. Stand in awe and sin not. Commune with your own heart upon your bed and be still. Salah. Offer the sacrifices of righteousness and put your trust in the Lord. There be many that say, Who will shew us any good? Lord, lift thou up the light of thy countenance upon us. Thou hast put gladness in my heart, more than in the time their corn and their wine increase. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety.
Question. What is the description of Psalms 15? Answer. Lord, who shall abide in thy tabernacle? He that backbiteth not with his tongue. So let us not backbite with our tongue and endeavor to think that we are men, so we can abide in tabernacle of God and dwell in his holy hill. Psalm 15 says, Lord, who shall abide in thy tabernacle, and who shall dwell in thy holy hill? He that walketh uprightly and worketh righteousness and speaketh the truth in his heart. He that backbiteth not with his tongue, nor doeth evil to his neighbor, nor taketh up a reproach against his neighbor. In whose eyes a vile person is contemned, but he honoureth them that fear the Lord. He that sweareth his own hurt and changeth not. He that putteth not out his money to usury, nor taketh a reward against the innocent. He that doeth these things shall never be moved.
Question. What is the description of Psalm 91? In the 91st Psalm is a wonderful description of the Lord to bring the wickedness of the wicked to an end and to give reward to the righteous. Psalm 91 says, He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him will I trust. Surely shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with his feather, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, nor for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday. 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High, thy habitation. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. Thou shalt tread upon the lion and the adder, the young lion and the dragon shall thou trample under feet. Because he hath set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him, and show him my salvation.
Question: what is the description of Revelation 14 verses 1 to 12? Finally, Revelation 14 verses 1 to 12 talks about the Lamb, the 144,000, the three angels' messages, and the doom for worshippers of the beast. If we would have the image of God and the subscription of God upon us, we must separate ourselves from all iniquity, forsake all evil ways, and be ready to engage in the work of saving those who are ready to perish. What is in the world? Lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, and pride of life. 1 John 2 verses 15 to 17. Let us do away with our fleshly desire, our desire for things we see, and the boastful pride of life, so that the love of the Father will be in us. We are not too old or too young to become like-minded with God. And we must not forget that John wrote the letter so that we can be sure of our new birth. Revelation 14 verses 1 to 12 says, And I looked, and lo, a Lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having its Father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard the voice from heaven as the voice of the many waters, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with their harps. And they sang as it were a new song before the throne, before the four beasts and the elders. And no man could learn the song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with woman, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the firstfruits unto God and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no guile, for they are without fault before the throne of God. And I saw another angel fly in the midst of heaven, having the everlasting gospel to preach unto them that dwell on the earth, and to every nation, and kindred, and tongue, and people, saying with a loud voice, Fear God, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth, and the sea, and the fountains of waters. And there followed another angel, saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, If any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone, in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus.
Exodus 20 verses 3 to 17 and Deuteronomy 5 verses 3 to 21 say, We have only one God. His Son we call Son of God. His Spirit we call Spirit of God.
Deuteronomy 28, 1 to 14 talks about blessing. The whole chapter of Deuteronomy 28 is about blessing and cursing. Let's choose blessing so that we can go to heaven.
Psalm 1 talks about a godly man. Let's obey the law of God so we can go to heaven.
Psalm 4 give us instruction. We'll take heed to these instructions so we can go to heaven.
Psalms 15 also remind us to speak evil of no one, because evil communication corrupt good manners.
Psalm 91 says, I will set him on high because he hath known my name. We have only one God, the Almighty, who will protect us always.
Revelation 14 verse 1 and in verse 12, as saying about the patience of the saints. If we want to be called saints, we must be patient.
We have only one God, telling us to be unspotted from the world.